welcome race fans, as this is Donnie with Right Rear Racing. We're bringing you the North America Short Track Series Factory Starts, week number 3 from Lernerville. Lernerville is a 4/10 mile clay track. There's no outside wall on the back straightaway or in the turns, so we're going to be watching close to see who can tame that 4/10 mile track. And while they're finishing up their, looks like they're finishing up their hot laps as they're doing that. Let's go ahead and take a quick glance at some of our sponsors, as S&T Promotions LLC is one of the great sponsors for the series, for the broadcast, and they sponsor plenty more iRacing series as well. And it looks like we're going to be starting our qualifying, and we're going to be watching here. It looks like Aaron Huffaker is going to make it on the track first, so we're going to go ahead and find him and take a look at him during his qualifying here. Let's get you your tower up there. As Aaron Huffaker makes his way on the track. We're going to have 3 laps for qualifying here, with 1 out lap and 3 laps. See who can get the best lap time. As Stephen Miller's on the board first, Aaron Huffaker is on the board second. Miller's going to get a 1763, with Huffaker getting a 1769. Looks like Stephen Cochran is going to get a 1770. And for Aaron Huffaker on a second lap, he's going to get a 1592. He's going to be top of the board right now, with Stephen Miller still sitting in second with a 1598. Aaron Huffaker on his third lap around. And Aaron Huffaker is going to get a 1609 on his third lap. We're going to go ahead and catch up with Robert. I believe he did 1 lap so far, and he had a 1618, and he's coming around turn 4 for his next lap. It looks like he's going to get a 1598. He's coming around in turn number 3 now. As he's exiting, he's getting the checker flag for his last lap. And it looks like something messed up there. He didn't get his last lap there. I might have missed his last lap. And there's Colton Birmingham, that 10 machine. We're going to have 9 drivers make the field. And as you see, there's already been 8 drivers qualify. Currently, you have Donnie Watts in that 74 machine sitting first with the 1573. Colton Birmingham sitting second with a 1581. Stephen Miller in the 42 machine with a 1584. And here comes Michael Enox. He's going to be the last car to qualify, as he's making his way out on the track now. As he's coming around on the back straightaway, he's going to be getting a green flag this time around, coming out of turn number 4, and it's going to be starting his first lap. You're going to see a lot of different momentum with these. These are the asphalt street stock cars. You got the Eagle and the Casino. And Enox on his first lap is going to get a 1631. Just trying to fight it, not go off that outside berm. And he went over the berm on turn 4, so I think he's going to call his qualifying done, I believe. I could be wrong. And I believe his qualifying is over with, as we're going to have Looks like Donnie Watts in the 74 machine is going to be your quick time, with Robert in the 64 machine was second. Colton Birmingham in the 6 machine, I believe it's actually number 10, is going to be number third, with Steve Miller in the 42 machine being the 4th quickest, and then Dylan in the 7 machine being 5th. Aaron Huffaker in the 62 R in 6th. Stephen Cochran in that 51 machine 7th. Dylan Breeden in the 19 machine 8th, and Michael Enox in the 3 machine 9th. We're going to have 2 heat races here. It's going to be a 4 and 5, and everyone's going to be making the A main. And once they transfer from the A, we're going to go into a 20-lap feature. And if you caught the race last week, these cars like to flip, so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to keep track of our flips. We're going to have a flip counter going all night. For heat race, no. To start off tonight, this is going to be Donnie Watson at 74 car sitting on the pole. Going to be Colton Birmingham in that 10 machine on the outside of Donnie Watson on the front row. Starting inside row number 2 is going to be the number 7 of Dylan. On the outside of him is going to be the 51 of Stephen Cochran. And rounding out your field is going to be that 24 machine of Michael Enox. They're getting the one to go. We're going to be going green flag racing the next time around, coming out turn number 4. That's Donnie's leading down in turn number 1 with Colton on the outside of him. The first green is going to be on iRacing, and after that it's going to be on the leader coming out turn number 4. Looks like they're bunched up a little bit back there on the outside row. He starts pulled off. We're coming out turn number 4. And we're green flag racing 74. Donnie Watt's going to be leading us in turn number 1 with Colton on the outside. And Colton went up high, and it looks like the 51 is going to make it 3 wide coming out turn 2. And he got into Colton on the back straightaway coming out of turn number 2. That's going to be your first flip of the night. Let's go back and take a look at that again. And here's to take a look, looking at Colton on the outside. Looks like Steven just got into him a little bit, didn't know he was there. And flip counts up to 1. As we didn't get 1 lap in, it's going to be a double file restart again. They're going to have Donnie Watts, Dylan, Michael Enox, Stephen Cochran, and Colton Birmingham. Birmingham is currently in the pits. He's coming out now. And looks like they're slowing down, waiting for the pace truck to catch up to them. See if there's a different angle here that I can give you. That's too close. That's the outside angle there. As you see the track there while we're still waiting for them to line up. Track looks good still. Lights are off. Looks like the truck's pulling in. We're going to green flag this time around. Coming out turn number 4 is Donnie Watts is leading them. 7 car is second. 24 is third. 10 is fourth. And 51's in fifth. Here goes 74 on the high side. As 7 takes a look on the inside, he's trying to make a move on Donnie Watts there. Coming out turn number 2. Donnie's going to have the momentum coming out of 2 and maintain his lead. The 7's still going to look down low. And we're getting 1 full lap in. As you see there, the 24 is trying to get high side momentum going on that side, outside of Dylan in the 7th car. And coming out turn number 2, it looks like the high line's there as the 24 car is sitting in second now. And Dylan's went back. And Michael Enochs in that 24 car got off the berm, and that's going to be your flip count for car number 2 to flip. That's the second car to flip in just one heat race. Let's go take a look at that again. Oh, Donnie Watts got a little sideways up there, kind of messed him up a little bit, and he bicycled it in turn and flipped it right on over. I didn't realize that Donnie did the bicycling himself. Again, we're on flip number 2. We're in heat race number 1 still. As Michael Enochs is going into the pits. Colton Birmingham has a little bit of damage on his front end. I think whenever he got in turn 4 wall, looks like he's going to the pits and going to get a repair real fast. So that's going to be leave the number 7 of Dylan, the 51 of Stephen Cochran, and Donnie Watts in the 74 machine out on the track still, as the other 2 are in the pits. And I'm paying close attention to my screen for whenever the white flag comes out. I will let you know. As you see there, the 10 car just pulled out on the track. And the lights are off. We're going to be going green flag race the next time around. So it looks like Colton is going to have a good head of steam catching up to the pack, as he should catch them probably in turn 3 as they're getting the green flag. I think Michael Enochs is calling a day for the heat race. And Donnie Watts is hitting the loud pedal. We're going to be going green flag racing. Donnie's going to be leading in turn number 1 and maintaining that low line. As Dylan in that number 7 machine is going to be running that high line. And Donnie's going to be going up there. Contact between the 2nd and 3rd car, and that's 751. It looks like everyone's trying to figure a way around on the outside there. 7's going to be in 2nd. And the 10 of Colton Birmingham is going to be 3rd. And then you have 51 of Michael Cochran, Stephen Cochran in 4th. And the 10 just passed the 7 on the outside in the front straightaway there. And it looks like Michael Enochs just came out of the pits. That's what threw me off, as I seen that name flash up there, said that he was coming out of the pits. So it's going to be Donnie Watts still leading the field with Colton Birmingham, Dylan, and then Stephen Cochran. And it looks like Michael Enochs flip in turn 3 again. That's going to be third flip. The 3rd flip of heat race number 1. That's what our counter's at. Let's go take a look at it again, see what happened. Came out of the pits and running that high line again, and that exact same thing happened to him again, where he just went a little bit too hot in turn number 3. Again, that's going to be the 3rd flip of the night. as we should be nearing the end of heat race number 1, either by time constraint or by laps. It's going to be Donnie Watts still in the lead with Colton Birmingham in second, Dylan third, and Steven in fourth. And they should be doubling up here, getting ready to go green flag racing next time around. And I'm sorry, I lied to you there. The caution lights are still on, so the pace truck will not be pulling off. We're going to be doing another lap around. Again, I would like to take this time to acknowledge the sponsors of the league, as you have Tina Creations, a great sponsor of the league. Please go follow them and like them on Facebook as well. The lights are off on the pace truck, so we're going green flag race the next time around, and it looks like it's going to be a single file restart. Looks like we're green flag racing. Donnie's going to be hitting the lap on the high side. Looks like the number 7's trying to make a move on the inside on both Donnie and Colton. And looks like 51 Machines making a move on the outside. That's going to be about it for third. And he's trying to keep his momentum to get that second position. As the white flag just came out, we have one more time around. It's going to be a good neck-to-neck race between the 74 and that 10 as they enter the back straightaway for the last time of the heat race. And 51 is going to take a look on the inside. Turn number 4. It's going to be Donnie taking the win in heat race number 1, followed by Colton, and then Steven in third. As you see there, it's Donnie Watson first, Colton Birmingham second, Stephen Cochran third, Dylan in fourth, and Michael Enoch's rounding out your field in fifth. And it looks like heat race number 2 is lining up now. For heat race number 2, starting on your pole, it's going to be the number 64 of Robert. On the outside of him is going to be the number 42 of Stephen Miller. Inside row number 2, it's going to be the 62R of Aaron Huffhacker. And on the outside of him, it's going to be the number 9 of Dylan Breeden. As you see there, the pace of truck lights are off. We're going to be going green flag racing this time around. And remember, our flip count is at 3 currently. And Robert in that 64 machine is going to be leading us to the green, coming out turn number 4. And they're waiting for the iRacing green. Yeah, we're green flag racing. And I don't know what just happened there. The 62R got loose, came up, and hit Stephen Miller on the front straightaway as they were getting the green flag. That's going to bring out the first caution of the night before heat race number 2. Take a look at it here. That's exactly what it looked like with Aaron Huffhacker getting loose there. Take a look at it from Aaron Huffhacker's view. You see he was trying to fight it down. He got loose, and that's exactly what happened. No one flipped. We just had the caution come out, so our flip count's still at 3. You're going to have 64 of Robert still leading the race. I believe it's going to be the number 9 of Dylan Breeden in second. It's 42 of Stephen Miller, followed by the 62R of Aaron Huffaker. It should be a single file start as their lights are still on, so we're going to be at least pacing one more lap. Lights are still off. They're trying to figure out what's going on up in the tower. I just see it. They are doing a single file. Is what it looks like. And that's going to be your 4 cars for heat race number 2. We should be going green flag racing next time around. Coming out turn number 4. Looks like they're stacking them up. We're going to be doing double file. As Robert in the 64 leads them down the back straightaway, coming out turn number 2. And this start is going to be on Robert whenever he wants to hit that green pedal. And Robert's hitting that loud pedal. And he's going to be leading us in turn number 1. He's going to be side by side with that number 9 of Dylan Breeden. Robert's going to be getting that momentum going on the bottom side. He's going to cut off the momentum from the 9 machine. As the 9 machine looks down low in turn number 3, trying to make that move for the lead. This is going to be your battle for your lead coming out turn number 4. And it looks like Dylan got pinched off the car and got sideways, as Robert's going to maintain the lead for in that 64 machine, with Stephen Miller catching up closely. You have that 62R of Aaron Huffaker in 3rd, and Dylan Breeden is in 4th. And that's on your screen now between the 42 and the 62R. That's going to be your battle for your 2nd position, as they're both looks like they're running the same line. And that 42 is catching up to the 64, and they're on the back straightaway as the 42 looks down low at turn number 3, trying to make a move, and it's going to cost them that 62R of Aaron Huffaker is going to make a move. That's going to be your 2nd place there. Seems like you get out of line, try to make a move, you lose that momentum, and then you get pushed back. That's what it looks like so far. It's still going to be 64 of Robert, followed by the 62R of Aaron Huffaker in 2nd. Dylan Breeden in that 9 machine, followed by Stephen Miller in that 42 machine. And I believe they got the white flag, as they only have one more time around as they go down the back straightaway. And they just got the checker flag. It's going to be Robert in that 64 machine taking the win, followed by Aaron Huffaker in that 62R. Dylan Breeden in 3rd, followed by Stephen Miller in 4th. As you see now, we got the ticker up there since we're in the A main, and it's going to be a 20-lap main event. And starting pole is going to be your heat race number 1 winner, number 74, Donnie Watts. On the outside of him is going to be the heat race number 2 winner, the 64 of Robert. Starting inside row number 2 is going to be the number 10 of Colton Birmingham. On the outside of him is going to be the 62R of Aaron Huffaker. Starting inside row number 3 is going to be the number 51 of Stephen Cochran. And starting on the outside of row number 3 is going to be the number 9 of Dylan Breeden. Inside row number 4 is going to be the number 7 of Dylan Feek. On the outside of him is going to be the number 42 of Stephen Miller. And rounding out your field is going to be the number 24 of Michael Enox. Pace truck lights are out. We're going to be going green flag racing this time around, coming out to turn number 4, as it's going to be a 64 and 74 leading the field in turn number 1. As the field bunches up, entering turn number 3, picking up pace just a little bit. And we're green flag racing 64 and 74. 64 is going to get a good run. 74 kind of got sideways there. As 64 is going to take the whole shot, leading the field and turn or down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. 62R of Aaron Huffaker got pinched off there by the 74. And we're still going to be side by side here. It looks like the 10X got into Aaron Huffaker. We're going to have 1, 2, 3. That's going to double our flip count. That's going to double our flip count to 6. Take a look at this again. He got in, the 10 got in the back end of Aaron Huffaker and collected 2 other cars as well on the flip count. As you see there, 62R of Aaron Huffaker went to the pits, also the 51 as well. The laps do not count under caution, but the ticker might say that it is, but it will fix itself once we go green flag racing again, as we're going to have the 64 followed by the 74, the 42, or I guess the number 9 of Dylan Braden, 42 of Stephen Miller, number 7 of Dylan Feek, and the 10 of Colton Birmingham, as the other 3 cars are in the pits currently getting repaired. Looks like Michael Enox made his way out of the pits. And sorry, I'm not talking as much during this caution flag as my throat is hurting. I'm trying to get a drink and get ready for the racing action again. It looks like all the cars are out of pit lane, and the lights should be going off this time around, coming out of turn number 4 on that pace truck. As you see there, the flag man is holding up the yellow flag still, so we're still under caution. As you see, the lights are flashing as well. Going to be the 64 followed by the 74, with the number 9 in third, the 42 in fourth, the number 7 in fifth, the 10, 6, the 24, and 7th, 51 and 8th, and 62 rounding out your field. And they're doubling up now, so they're going to go green flag racing next time around. Again, the laps do not count under caution. and it should fix itself as soon as they get the green flag this time around, coming off turn number 4. 64 is going to be leading us to the green flag this time around, and they're racing at this point. Looks like 64 and 74 is going to be entering turn number 1 side by side. 74 got into the wall a little bit. Looks like the number 9 is trying to make the move on the inside, and the outside is connecting a little bit. And we have one off the wall back there. It looks like it was Stephen Miller. As Donnie's looking down low, trying to make a move, we have another caution flag. We're going to go back and take a look at it. And we're watching Stephen Miller this time enter turn number 3. Here he is on 4. Got a little bit too hot, ran into the wall, and he flipped her over. That's going to be the 7th flip of the night. Tough luck there for Stephen Miller as he's running up there in the top 3. Looks like we're still going to have 17 laps left for this 20-lap main event. It's still going to be the 64 of Robert leading the field with Donnie Watson, that 74 machine, followed by Dylan Breeden in that 9 machine, Colton in the 10 machine, Dylan in the 7 machine, Stephen Cochran in the 51, and then Michael Enochs in the 24. And I believe Aaron Huffaker's still on the track. Stephen Miller's still in the pits as he's behind all the stands right there. So after 2 heat races and 4 laps into the main event, our flip count is 2-7. As it looks like the first, second place car, they're ready to race. They're already stacked up throughout the whole field, ready to go green flag racing as soon as that pace truck decides to pull off. I believe they're giving the 42 of Stephen Miller some repair time. And Stephen Miller's going to be exiting the pits this time, so it looks like we're going to be getting the 1 to go whenever they come around to the flag stand. And the lights are off as 64 is going to be leading us to the green flag this time around, coming to turn number 4. The 74 is still on the outside of him, and that number 9 is inside row number 2 with a 10 outside of him. As they go down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3, the pace truck's pulling off. Yeah, we're green flag racing as 64 and 74. It's going to be running side by side entering turn number 1. The number 9 is still looking down low, trying to make a move. Here goes 74 on the outside on the back straightaway. Entering turn number 3. The 64 and 74 is going to be side by side entering turn number 3. And it looks like we got Donnie Watson, that 74, cut down and in front of the 64. And looks like we have another caution come out. But no caution came out as everything's fine. Here goes the 24, slowing down his lap traffic. And we're going to have the 51, it looks like another crash happen. We're going to catch up with all of our crashes real fast. Here's one that caught me up a little bit. As I said before, it's making momentum. There's flip number 7, or 8, 9. You got one there, and then after Donnie cut down on next lap around, he's trying to slow down, and he flipped it too. That's going to be flip number 10. And he flipped off the track and had to go straight to the pits. So that's going to change up your field a little bit as well, as the 74 is running second, or third, I should say, because the 51 of Stephen Cochran just passed him for the second position. As you're going to have Robert in that 64 machine leading the field, followed by the 51 of Stephen Cochran. The number 7 of Dylan Feek, followed by the 42 of Stephen Miller. I believe that's the only cars that are out on the track right now, as you have the 74 in the pits. As you see, the 24 is coming out. And you also have that number 9 machine pulling out on the pits, from the pits as well. And then you see the 62s in the pits currently as well. Looks like we're 6 laps into this event. If you look at that 64 machine, his nose piece is about to come off. Looks like he's a little bit wrinkled on his left quarter panel. It didn't help that the 74 machine got sideways there in front of him coming out of turn number 4. Looks like the 74 machine is going to be pulling out of the pits, and then also the 62 R's coming out of the pits as well. We're still going to have our 9-car field. It's going to be stacking them up on double file. The lights should be coming off this time around, coming out to turn number 4. Didn't go off, so we're still going to be doing our pace laps. Again, we'd like to thank S&T Promotions LLC for all the support that they do for the iRacing community and right rear racing as well. And the pace truck lights are off, so we're going to go green flag racing this time around, coming out to turn number 4, as the 64 and 51 lead them down the back straightaway, coming out to turn number 2. Seems like once we get side-by-side action going, something happens in the back of the field. And we're green flag racing. The 64 is going to be leading us into turn number 1. The 51 is going to maintain the outside lane, and the 7 is going to try to look and make it 3 wide. As Stephen Cochran in that 51 is getting a good run on the outside, he's trying to look across him over turn number 3 and do a slide job. 64 is still going to maintain it as 51 pinches his car off. Enter turn number 1. That's still going to be your battle for the lead between the 64 and 64 and the 51. See that 51 is getting that momentum running on the outside as we're 11 laps to left in this event. And we're halfway through. As you see, their nose to tail, not touching, but their nose to tail. And here goes 51 looking on the outside. He's going to come down low, exiting turn number 2. They're going to be side by side, entering turn number 3. And we got a little bit of push by the 51. He kind of let up so that way he didn't take both of them out. And currently on your screen, you have the 51 in second, the 42 in third. And this is where your action's currently taking place at. As it looks like there's another caution on the field. So let's go take a look at what happened there. It looked like it happened a little bit earlier than that. Donnie Watts is running the outside there. No, it didn't happen there. Maybe on the next turn. I guess I didn't see it there. You can see kind of what happened there. I believe it's the 9 car and the 74 made contact. And the caution flag came out. Colton did not flip. That's going to keep our flip counter to a 11, I believe it is. Wish it would have stayed green, as the 64 and the 51 had a race heating up in the front. They're running side by side, not touching, making enough room for each other, and still keeping it interesting, as the 64 and the 51 are going to be in first and second. The 42 is going to be third, with the 74 in fourth, the number 7 in fifth. And then I couldn't tell you what's going on with the rest of them, as they're going across the checkered line. It's messing up my ticker, just like you see it there on top of yours. Much like Enoch's in 7th, Breeden 8th, and Huffacre's in the pits calling it a night. Looks like we're still under caution with 8 laps left in this main event. As the lights are off, the 64 car, I'm sorry, the lights are still on. We're going to be pacing another lap here. Trying to figure out what's going on from race control. If you're watching this, please give us a like, follow, and share. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. All your support really helps the page and continues with me wanting to do this for everyone else as well. as we're still trying to figure out the lineup. I believe trying to get everyone on the lead lap that should be on the lead lap. I think we're going to have 8 cars as Aaron Huffmaker's in the pits currently. The lights are off on the pace truck as they have already figured it out. We're going to go green flag racing this time around, kind of turn number 4, as the pace truck's going to be pulling off in turn number 3. Where the flip count is at 11. As you see there, the pace truck's pulling off. And we're green flag racing. 64 is going to be leading us to turn number 1. 51 is going to get momentum going on the outside. As they're going down the back straightaway, the 51 is going to pass 64 on the back straightaway for the lead. Enter turn number 3. You're going to have a new leader this top lap. That's going to be your number 51 of Stephen Cochran. The 64 is not going to let up yet, and he's going to be looking down low, trying to make a move. And that's going to be still your battle for your lead. The 42 of Stephen Miller is looking on the outside. That's going to be your battle for second. As we're entering turn number 3, this 42 is going to get that momentum. Exiting turn number 4, this is going to be Stephen Miller in second, and Stephen Cochran in third. 74 is looking on the inside of the 64. There's too many numbers there that I've been trying to call. And here goes the 42 on the outside. He's going to try to make that momentum work, and he's going to make a move on Stephen Cochran, it looks like, possibly in turn number 3. As we have 4 laps left, it's going to be... Oh, and we have another flip by the 42. That's going to bring our flip count up to 12. Let's see what else caused everyone to slow down there. There's 13 on our flip count as well, because Colton Birmingham flipped in turn 1. Let's take a look at this crash here, as Michael Enox is running the low line. I guess it's not a crash on his end. Again, our flip count is to 13. And we have 4 laps left in this event. It's going to be Stephen Miller, everything's jumping around. It's going to be the 51 of Stephen Cochran, going to lead the field. And second is going to be the 64 of Robert, followed by the 74 of Donnie Watts. Stephen Miller is still out on the track, as he's going to be going back, I think, or he's going to the pits, as you see there. He's going to get repaired for the last 4 laps. And he has 24 of Michael Enox going to the pits as well. So currently you have the 51, 64, 74, the 7, and the 9 on the track. I don't know if Colton Birmingham and the 10C is on the track or not. It's showing that he is, but I don't see him there. As you see, the 24 of Michael Enox is pulling back on the track. And the lights are off. We're going to go green flag racing this time. And we're going to have 4 laps left in this event, with 51 of Stephen Cochran leading the field to the green this time around, coming up turn number 4 as the pace truck's pulling off in turn number 3. And we're green flag racing, as 51 is going to be leading us to turn number 1. He's going to maintain that outside line with the 64 in second. The 7 of Dylan Feek is looking down low, trying to make a move on the 74, as the number 9 of Dylan Breeden is going to make a move. Looks like everyone loves that outside lane, as we have 2 laps left in this event. that you see on the screen. Now you have your top three. And Donnie Watts ran it in too hard in turn number 3. So that's going to give Dylan Breeden the 3rd position on the last lap. Here comes Robert trying to make a move on the back straightaway to get that lead back and win the race as they're coming into turn number 3 for the one last time and exiting turn number 4. It's going to be number 51 of Scott Stevens Cochran, followed by the 64 of Robert and the number 9 of Dylan Breeden. That's going to be your top 3 for tonight. As we take a look at the rest of the field, you have Donnie Watson, that 74 machine, finishing 4th. He ran in a little bit too hard in turn number 3. Then you got a Stephen Miller in that 42 machine, which Stephen Miller got a short end of stick there as well, the same way that Donnie did. You got Dylan Breeden at number 19, finishing 6th. Michael Enox, Colton Birmingham, and Aaron Huffhaker rounding out your field. Again, these are unofficial results as there's some scoring errors as well. So we will be getting this fixed. As you see that number 9 machine's pulling up there. And I believe it's going to be everyone moves down one spot, and Dylan Breeden is going to take your 3rd. Dylan Feek will be 4th. Donnie Watts will be 5th. And Stephen Miller will be 6th. Again, thank you for tuning in, watching this broadcast of the North American Short Track Series, Factory Stocks. We're going to be bringing you week number 4 next week. And I wish I knew where we were running that, or I would say it. But it's going to be a fun, action-packed race. Here at Lernerville, our flip count was 13. Hopefully, we can get that flip count down and get more side-by-side action. As you see, the action side-by-side was amazing while it was happening. Again, thank you for all your support. Tuning in, watching. It's greatly appreciated. And if you haven't yet, please go like, follow, and subscribe on both Facebook and YouTube. Again, thank you for all your support, and we will catch you next time as we will be going live on the Facebook and YouTube for Midwest Outlaws Dirt Series 305s on Monday, followed by us racing in this event. And we're going to do a post-broadcast of the event and hopefully have it out by Friday next week as well. And then we're going to be following up with going live for the street stocks and prolates for the Midwest Outlaw Dirt Series. Both of those are presented by SMT and Bright River Racing, respectively. We're going to be live on Wednesdays for those. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.